Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. We are on video number 3 of the Sketchy Besties collab series with my bestie Beatriz and myself, and I'm so excited. We're going to be using this sketch here. We did find it on Pinterest, and as soon as she showed it to me, I was like, yes, let's try it. So this is going to be my take on this sketch, and I will make sure to have it as a picture inside the video during our process so you can see it as we go along. So I started out by cutting out a square out of the center of this 12 by 12 paper. I'm still using the collection from Kaiser Craft. I'm in love with this paper right now. I love the color scheme of it, and I knew I had to use it as soon as I saw the sketch. So I just went around the edge. The pattern paper that I added on top, I took I want to say I took an inch off of each side, so I made it 11 by 11, so that way I would have a half an inch around all 4 sides. And I just put a little bit glue on the back so that way it would stay together better. And then this piece right here, I want to say I cut it at 8 inches by I want to say I made it 9, and I made it 8 inches by, not 9, 8 inches by, not 6 inches, like 5, I want to say, because you want it to be wide enough, and the thing to do is to really test it with your photo, depending on the size that you do. I followed as close as I could to the sizes they had on the sketch itself, but my picture, because of the way it was shot, I had to be careful about how much I trimmed. Now these stickers, I'm actually dusting with the EK Success tool to really make them into ephemera pieces in a way, because it takes the stickiness off, and it allows me to be able to then move them around without worrying about them really sticking to the paper. And some of them where I didn't powder as well, they were giving me a little bit of trouble picking up, but it works. It does help. You can definitely try it. And I put 2 pencil marks where I wanted my paper to go, so that way I would know where to create my little bundle of flowers up at the top. And of course I took a little bit of creative license, and I decided to add flowers kind of cascading down around the edges, the top part, and going down. There's just so many of them in this collection, and I really enjoyed them. And this one, I mean, it was so big, and I was like, it's not going to work right there, and the other pieces weren't moving off. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to put the smaller one up here, put the larger one on the side, and it'll frame the paper really, really well. So right now I'm adding a few pieces with some foam tape, so that way we can lay it down and kind of create little clusters and figure out, how everything is going to be set up. And I'm leaving the red backings on because, like I said, I want to be able to move stuff around. And I just keep adding my paper so I can see, okay, oh, I like that. This is going to work there. Okay. And then I'm going to start attaching stuff. So this one that I took the stickiness off, I am adding some of the ATG back, taking the red tape off of the little piece of foam, so that way part of it gives it a little bit of dimension. And then everything else, for the most part, that was laying down, I knew I could go ahead and put my pattern paper here flat, and then I would be able to attach. I did forget that one piece, so we're just going to tape that down real quick, glue it down with the art glitter glue. And then now I can kind of lay stuff around and try and like put stuff underneath, give it a little bit. I didn't put a whole lot of glue on the little leaf there because I wanted a little bit of dimension, but I knew I wanted to, have little bits that were sticking out with the foam tape on the back of some of the pieces. It gives a little bit of, like I said, that dimension. And then I was playing with this one because I was like, I love the yellow and I want to use it, but I'm just not sure exactly where. And I thought about adding it on the side. I knew I wanted to use the butterfly. And then once I kind of was playing around there, I was like, okay, I think that's where it's either going to end up, somewhere like that. And I just decided to forgo the pattern paper that kind of goes along the top. I decided not to use that for mine. And I'm going to go ahead and get my photos ready because I realized I need to kind of have an idea of where they're going to be, how it's going to fit. And so I wanted to put my mat on and grab my circle bit. And I took the same photo, cut it into a circle. And part of it, there was a little bit of white hanging on the side, but with the photo on top, you won't be able to see it. And I thought it was super cute. So I'm grabbing the stamp from, wow, my brain just went boop, boop. And I don't have it in front of me anymore because that's how it all works, right? As soon as you want it, you don't have it. But what I've used this actually in a previous sketch, and I love it because it's got this distressed look, and, you know, depending on how you press down, it just, I don't know, it adds a little bit of something, you know? And I decided that I was going to stamp it right where, you know, all that cross hatching is on the actual sketch. And it didn't have to be fully solid, it didn't have to be perfect, but it just adds a little bit of interest. And then I decided that even though there's nothing on the left hand side needed something. So I decided to go ahead and try and, you know, put some more of that on that side to kind of tie it in. And I like it. I like how it gives it a little bit of interest there. So that way that left side doesn't feel neglected. And I knew I wanted to use this remember. And so I was like, okay, so we got to move some stuff. I'm going to slide the photo down a little bit. Get some stuff glued down. And we can start putting down our photos. So I hope you guys have been enjoying our little mini series here with the 4 videos that we're going to be working on. I really enjoy crafting with my friend, and you know, it's great that she has a channel too, and we get to take our love of crafting together and share it with you guys. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. Leave comments down below if you would like us to do this again, maybe try something else to show, you know, 2 different versions of how to do similar projects. Then, you know, put it down there. Let us take a look and see what we can come up with. So as we continue to put everything down, I decided to put a bunch of foam tape on the back of this particular flower to give it a little bit of lift and dimension, which works perfectly. And I was going to move it, and then I thought, you know what, no, I'm just going to leave it because there's plenty of room for the remember. And that's the only reason why that got moved up, because I knew that's where I wanted to put the title. Okay, so now I'm going through and I grabbed 4 sentiments from the sticker book for the matching collection, and what I'm doing is I'm putting a little bit of the art glitter glue behind it. And I know it seems a little redundant considering it is a sticker book, but I don't want it to lift up later on down the line, you know. So a little bit of the art glitter glue just gives it that extra adhesion that it'll last, you know. So that's why I do it, because I think the worst thing would be like if you were to give something as a gift and have it start falling apart. It really makes me sad when that happens. So now I'm grabbing the Small Talk from Tim Holtz, and I'm grabbing quite a few of the sentiments. I did one sentiment twice, just one on the white and then one on the black, because that's how this collection works. The same exact settings that they have in the white with the black lettering, they reverse it and do it black with the white lettering. So I used with Brave Wings, She Flies, Darling, You Are a Work of Art, No Beauty Shines Brighter Than That of a Good Heart, Live Each Day with Grace and Authenticity, and Choose to See the Good. I really like these things, and it goes really well. And I went a little, crazy with it. I just couldn't help myself. And I wanted to do the arrow, but I opted to not use an arrow and just use more of the words, because I don't know, I just really wanted to use them all. And what I'm doing is, especially the ones from the sticker book from Tim Holtz, they lift up on the ends, so I wasn't pressing them down, so that way it would be easy to kind of move them around and figure out exactly where I wanted them to lay. And then once again, using the art glitter glue to put them down and make sure there will be no lifting later. And then we're going to attach the last one. And then part of the kit, we had the stones where it has parts of the pattern paper behind it. There was a couple with sentiments, but it didn't go with the layout, so I just used the two that didn't. And then I decided to grab Remember and go ahead and get that put down. Put a little bit of the art glitter glue behind it, so that way it stays nice and secure. Because sometimes it does lift up, that adhesive, the adhesive they use on the back of some of the thickers and the different stickers, it's strong, but it's not as strong as if you were using your own, the art glitter glue or the ATG. So a little bit doesn't hurt. And then I decided to take some gold thread, and I was thinking, I don't know if you guys ever watched her, but Missy Whidden does a lot with threads and stuff like that. And I was thinking I wanted to do something similar that I've seen her do in her videos, but she definitely has a technique down for drawing up the thread and putting it, and it just lays perfect. Yeah, that didn't happen for me. So it got to be a little frustrating, and I was thinking I would place it in 3 different spots and, kind of put it under something and have it attached with glue. Well, here you'll see I can't get it to lay and do what it's supposed to. It's not doing right at all. So I pull it out and I decide, you know what, I'm gonna put it underneath, if not the photo, because you can see here I'm trying to put it under the photo, I'm gonna put it under the stone. And part of the paper pulled up, but because it pulled up in the shape of the stone, I was like, that's fine. I'll put the little bit of the thread underneath and then put the stone back on top. No one will know I almost peeled off the paper. And I was going to put one up under the other one, but I didn't want to risk ripping it. I really didn't. So I just left it alone with the 2 areas with the gold thread. Call it a day. So now I'm just grabbing some paper to cover up my photos, because everything for the most part is done. Now it just needs some splatter. I wanted to use some of the Hottie Swap gold color shine. I'm going to use some of the white distress ink and the black soot. And I almost did a terrible mistake. Oh my god. I don't know if you guys have seen the Resist spray. Well, the Resist spray is white as well. And I almost started splattering with it. And I was like, oh my god, that would have been not good. Not good at all. But thankfully I recognized it and was able to grab the white first. So we have the white and gold splatters. And I was going to leave it with the white and the gold, but it's something about the 3 colors. I don't know what it is. If it's like how everything in 3s look better, I don't know. It just, to me, it always gives it a more rounded finished look to have more than just the 2 colors. And even though sometimes I do try to have just the 1, it's something about the 3. That's all I know. So here are the close-ups of the final project. I'm so excited. I like using sketches. They're especially helpful because I'm a babe in the layout world. I came into crafting doing mostly cards, so to be doing more layouts and doing this, it's very exciting, and it's just, I'm having a ball, and I get to do it with my best friend. How awesome is that, right? So all the links to Beatrice's video and her channels and her social media will be down below. Make sure you click. Make sure you also hit the like and subscribe, you guys. We definitely want to help her channel grow, and hopefully you'll like what I'm doing and you'll want to stay and continue on the journey with me. So I thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day.